Get down. Let me clear my throat. Yeah. Oh, that's better. That's better. Somebody pass around the offering. Since I'm always preaching on tracks, you feel me? I'm about to get paid for it. Sermon of the day. You right where you supposed to be, baby. Informant, that information for me. Important you get a portion of fortune pouring. Confession, fortune me blessings on now they snoring. You mellow, so focused on scoring. Got you underperforming. I never expect something, never assume nothing. Judging me for my past, but that's why I'm triumphant. I don't demand, I know where I stand like engineer hands. Watch how my life pans. Cut that game plan. Show out like a drotter. Pop out like a cutter. Telling the kick rock, skipping the course, squares like hopscotch. This gonna be my mood to my beat drop. Putting my boogie shoes in my diddy boots. Ain't no stop. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'm gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'm gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Congratulations on the celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. No congratulations on no celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. Yeah. If having hope is dangerous, call me Evil Knievel. You leading on the wrong side, living with pens and needles. So lethal, made Shane Black wanna write a sequel. Cause I snuggle my dream till it's seen as illegal. And I still probably will, cause I can never give up. I got my goals calling me, how could I never pick up? Either we make up or just break up. With the snake hits, get the rake up. Yeah, selfish, I'ma cake up. If I don't shake me to wake up. Let my depression catapult me to succession. Shine a light on my imperfections like a projection. Every struggle and lesson, your issues ain't your oppression. Never got a question, keep pushing me to progression like I'ma make the rest of my life live. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'm gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'm gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Congratulations on the celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. No congratulations on no celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. Yeah.
Hey everybody, hey, happy Thursday. What's good? Bravo Nation family? Hang on. Happy Friday Eve. How's everybody doing on tonight? Welcome, good evening. You know what it is. You know what time it is. I feel very crooked right now, but we gonna work it out. All right, we're going to get it together. Hey, guys, happy Thursday. Welcome to another Thursday night with who? Me, your girl, Lady Dawn B. Where? Right here on the Bravo with Sheila Network. Thank you for joining us on tonight. As always, we appreciate you because you can be spending your time anywhere with anybody, but you choose to do what? Pop in and spend it right here with us. So, want to shout out before we get started. Of course, as always, we pay homage to the Queen Bee of the Bravo with Sheila Network, none other than my auntie Bravo in the person of Pastor Sheila. We give her a big bravo for she always so graciously yields this captain's chair to me on Thursday night so I can come spend this time with each and every one of you. And speaking of each and every one of you, let's shout out some people on tonight. Our number one Bravo vet who's always in the house. Rain, shine, snow, sleet, tornado, whatever. She's always here. She is none other than the Anae Kenya. Hey, girl. Hey, how you doing on tonight? Thank you for joining. And then I see my girl, my sister friend. Okay, my friend. She's my friend to the end. My girl, Zinja. She is here. And listen, y'all. We gonna have Zinja on real soon, I promise you. So y'all can get to meet her and then you love her just as much as I do. So we also want to say hello and good evening to those of you who are up in the expensive seats. I know it's quiet up there and sometimes you just want to be by yourself, but I want to invite you to come on down to the comment section. Holla, say hello. If you don't say nothing else, just pop and say hi so we know that you're here and that way we can greet you properly. I appreciate each and every one of you. Do me a favor, y'all. Like, subscribe, and share. You know we do things in triplet. Here, help us grow this network, help us get this good word out, and help us to help others by sharing this great information. Hey, Alicia, how you doing, sis? Excuse me, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you made it on. So listen, y'all bear with me tonight. My sinuses got the best of me. These allergies, winter allergies, summer, spring, whatever allergies, they doing what they do, but I'm gonna keep doing what I do. So welcome again on tonight. Thank you for joining me on Thursday night with me, your girl, Lady Dawn B. I hope you guys have enjoyed what has been going on this year so far. I know I've been having a good time all year. The month of January was amazing. We kicked it off with the ladies' room. Uh, we did meet the authors. We had the men's lounge. We started out a redeeming me series off with getting out of my own way. Get out your way. Get out your way. I hope you took some notes, and I hope you've done something to help you get out of your own way so you can grow on and see what the end is going to be for you. So again, I want to thank everyone for joining. Like, subscribe, and share. Invite a friend to come into this good conversation we are about to have. I just want to thank the ladies. Last week, we had the ladies' room, and we kicked it off. And my week right? Yes, my week is right. We kicked it off with the ladies' room. And this month, for the month of February, we know February is the month of love, the month of, Machete Amor and all of that good stuff. We should love each other every day anyway. February is also Black History Month. So those of us who are honoring, I don't want to say celebrating, I want to say we're honoring who we are in our heritage this month. Salute to each and every one of you. We would be negligent not to honor, what our people as a people and as a nation have come through. So happy, what is it? Happy African American Month, happy Black History Month. Our history is worthy of being heard and shared. And guess what? Each and every one of us is still making history today. Whatever you're doing today is helping to make history for tomorrow. So keep doing what you're doing and go be great. So we just want to mention that. And on tonight, we are going to push forward through another night, another Thursday night of conversation. And if anybody wants to join it, just say so. I'll be happy to bring you up, no problem. Tonight, we're going to be talking about, for the month of February, our theme is, again, because February is about love, our theme is When Loved Right. And last week, again, we had the Women's Lounge on talking about when loved right, a woman glows. And we were sharing how the glow of a woman should really come from within herself, not because of a man, not because of other things, not because of your job, not because of being praised, but your glow should come from within you. And as those other outside things get added on, they will help to buff your shine already. They'll help to buff the glow that you already have. So, excuse me, ladies, I hope that you took some notes and you are glowing up. You glowed yourself up from last week to today. I hope so. And if you haven't, you still got time. Okay. So just find something on the inside that you find beautiful about you and just polish it up. That's all. You got this, ladies. You got this. Hey, Karen, thank you for joining my sister. Welcome, welcome, welcome to tonight. On tonight, like I said, we're in the month of February. This is the month of love. It's going to be a great month. It already is a great month. We have wonderful things planned ahead. I am excited as the month goes on. And I'm going to share with you what we're going to be doing for the rest of the month. So it's the end of the program as well, just so that you can schedule your time, because I promise you, you don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed the men's lounge and if you enjoyed Meet the Authors, if you enjoyed any segment on here, you don't want to miss one. And if you do miss one, go back and catch the replay. I promise you it'll be just as amazing. But on tonight, we're continuing with our When Love Right series for the month of February. And we are talking about our Redeeming Me. Now, the Redeeming Me series, for those who may not know, is a series that I started sometime last year. I was sharing my journey of getting back to the core of who I am. So many things happen with us in life. We become so many things to so many people. We wear so many hats. Sometimes we're wearing multiple hats at the same time. That what happens is we get buried underneath all the other expectations, all the other responsibilities, all of the other things that we are tasked with and to do. And oftentimes we lose ourselves. We get caught up in being a mom. We get caught up in being a dad. And it's not just women. This is not just for women. We're speaking to everyone, to men, women, everyone alike. We all have many, many hats that we wear. But what happens is when we get buried underneath the other responsibilities in trying to satisfy others outside of us, we often lose ourselves. And we want to get back to the core of where we are. I know being a mom and being a single mom, it was a struggle. It's still a struggle. My son will be 22, but I found that as he got older, and the needs of children change as they get older, they don't need you as much, or they need you in a different way. And I found that I got caught up in being a mom so much to the point where I forgot about Dawn. I got caught up in being the preacher that I forgot about being Dawn. I got caught up in being the singer, the psalmist, that the worship leader, that I forgot about Dawn. So we're performing all these other tasks, which is wonderful, and there's nothing wrong with that. But even in the midst of those things, sometimes who we really are, just us, no titles, no pressure, just us, gets lost. So the Redeeming Me series is about us taking time to step back, scale it back, and get back to who we are for us. Right? Right. Anybody had that problem? Anybody been there? Have you guys ever been there? Where you just lost yourself? I realized that when somebody asked me, what do I like to do? I think it's, I don't remember if it was a date situation or, something. But somebody asked me, well, what do you do for fun? Or what do you like to do? Or and I could not answer them. I really had to stop and think. And I was like, you know what? I don't know. And that made me think about how much I had lost myself because I was busy doing so many other things. And we fill our lives with so many other things. Someone asking you, Zinja said, definitely been there. Yes, definitely been there. And, it becomes very difficult to find your way back. A lot of times we don't even know that we've lost ourselves because we've gotten so caught up in what we have been doing and the responsibilities that we've had, that we forget. We stop growing, we stop living, we stop breathing as us, and we become all these other things that people would like for us to be. Good evening, Dr. Chambers. Welcome. All right, Houston's in the house. Come on, TX. Come on through. Welcome on tonight. Thank you for joining us. Hope you will like, subscribe, and share. Invite a friend. Bring them on into this good conversation. We're glad to have you here. So, again, and good evening. Hey, Jenny. How are you? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I can't halfway see, so I put my glasses on. But good evening, Jenny Minter. Thank you for joining us on tonight. Where is it? Connecticut is in the house. Yes, yes, yes. All right. And look at that. The psalmist with the psalmist voice, a.k.a. Pastor Chris. He says, blessings, family. Let's go. He is in the house on tonight. He is one of the lead voices of the Men's Lounge. If y'all don't know, you will know. I promise you, tune in. So we're grateful that all of you are here. Burnett, Texas, y'all in the building on tonight. What's going on now? Come on, y'all. We're going to have to put in the comments. Where y'all at? Where y'all from? Where you hailing from? Where you watching from tonight? Go and throw it up in there. Let's see what representation we have in the building. Because Texas they showing up tonight, and I'm glad about it. But as I was saying, we get so inundated and overwhelmed, and we get buried under being so many other things to so many other people that we forget who we are. All right, ATL's in the building. I'm hailing from Bronx, New York, y'all. NYC is in the house. I'm just saying. I live upstate now, but forever Bronx girl. I'm just saying. So we get so caught up in being all these other things and satisfying everyone else that we often lose ourselves. We often get sidetracked and put our lives on pause. Oh, all right, here we go. Here we go. Psalmist voice says, by way of Plainfield, New Jersey, just saying, all right, neighbor, all right, come through, come through. While we represent, let's go on here. All right, Karen, sweet home, Alabama. I hope I got it right. I think it goes like that. All right, we got Alabama, we got ATL, we got Plainfield, New Jersey, Texas by way of Plainfield, New Jersey. We got the Bronx up in the house. I believe we got Connecticut in the building also. Come on through, y'all. Come on through. That's right. We are nationwide. We statewide. We all over. We taking it to the streets. We're going to come on and tell the whole nation. So, again, in the Redeeming Me series, we're talking about getting back to the core of who we are. And during this month of love, because I keep losing my place, y'all get me all excited and then I forget. So welcome everybody who is joining in with us on tonight. It is Thursday night with me, your girl, Lady Dawn B, on where? The Bravo with Sheila Network. We are so glad to have you. Please drop a comment, say hello, let us greet you properly. You don't have to stay up in the silent section by yourself. It's safe down here in the comments. We'll be nice, we're kind. I promise you we are. So like, subscribe, and share. Invite a friend to join us in this conversation for tonight. You know, when it comes to the Redeeming Me series, we kick back, we take it down a couple of notches, and we just take it slow so that we can breathe in some good information so that we can exhale some other good information. Here we go. We got some more representation going on in the house. My sister girl, Michelle Roach, who will be on with us soon. She's from the Bull City, aka Durham, North Carolina. Don't read the rest of that foolishness that she's putting up there. Future home of Lady Dawn B, Psalmist Karen, and family. The only NC that I'll be doing is the NYC. I'm just saying. And we got what? My girl Alicia, that's right. Fayetteville, North Carolina, by way of the one and only, right, Boogie Down Bronx. Come on here now. Come on. That's it. Yes, yes, yes. We are representing on tonight. I love it. I love it. I'm glad you guys are tuning in from everywhere. And again, please like, subscribe, and share, and share some more. So again, on tonight, we're talking about When Loved Right. We are engaging in our Redeeming Me series. And on tonight, when we're talking about When Loved Right, oh Lord, there's a fight going on in the comments. Pastor Chris says, boom, Michelle. Hey, Toastmaster. Good evening, Disciple Spencer. Good evening. Thank you for joining us on Welcome, Welcome. I'm so glad that you were able to make it on with us on tonight. I'm glad you joined us. Please like, subscribe, and share. And we're going to have a good conversation on this evening. All right, we're going to let them fight in the comment section. I'm going to keep doing my host job. So, again, on tonight, we're talking about Redeeming Me. And our topic for the month of February is When Loved Right. And last week, we had the ladies talking about when loved right, a woman glows. And we were talking about all the things that it takes for a woman to glow from the inside out, that it is about self-love. It was really the core of the conversation, is that it's all about self-love. And oftentimes we don't take time out to pause and love on ourselves while we are loving on everybody else. We neglect to love on ourselves. Hey, Brooklyn, we got my sister, my twin, my boo in the house. Hey, boo, you on time. You on time. Yes, ma'am. You right on time. But often while we are loving on other people, we are forgetting to love on ourselves. While we are making sure that we're running back and forth and taking care of everybody else, we don't pause to take care of us. I know I've been guilty of it. And if you've been guilty of it, put a 1 in the chat. When, you're running around doing everything and somebody says to you, you need to take a minute, like go take a break. And you're like, no, I don't have time to take a break. Anybody ever been there? You could put a one in the chat if you don't even have time to take a break. I would light it up with the biggest ones ever. All right, all right. We got a few people. And I know we've all been guilty of that because there's always something to do and there's always so much to do. And we are forever running, being everything to everybody else. But again, the Redeeming Me series is a time where we pause because, truth be told, you owe it to yourself. If you're no good for you, you won't be good for anybody else. If you are not able to serve you and take time for you and heal you and center you and find peace for you, you really are not serving those that you love and those that need you well. Because this is how we get to a place of being burnt out, a place of exhaustion, a place of frustration. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I know I've been there. Brooklyn says, "Oh my, that's me." Yep. Karen put a one. Summers, Pastor Chris put a one. Said one that part. Disciple put a one. Zinja put a one. So we've all been there. We've all been in that space, and I'm sure. And even if you don't put a one, I'm pretty sure you have. Because we've all again built so much in our lives and being so many things to so many people and serving in so many other spaces that we forget about ourselves. Alicia put a one there too. That's right. That's right. Yes, we are called to be many things, but one thing that you are also, and we're called to serve. we're called to, we're called to serve in many spaces. Alicia, I had the last, she said, time, what's that? Because listen, I understand. I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. Time, what's that? But that's a cue and an indicator that it is time for you to take a break. Because guess what? The world is going to go on with or without you. It really is. I promise you. Jenny says, important to take care of ourselves. Yes, it is. It is important. It is necessary. It is essential. It is vital. And you are worth taking that time. People can wait 5 minutes. People can wait 5 minutes. You owe yourself 5 minutes. Sometimes you have to start with just 5 minutes. Maybe that's where you need to start. Maybe, you need to find 5 minutes in your day to take for yourself. I know I had to learn how to do that. I had to learn how to take a moment for me and understand that I'm not that important. That whatever it is, maybe it won't get done the way that I do it, but it will still get done. With or without me, it will get done. So it's very important that you take time for you. Just 5 minutes. If you can start with 5 minutes, okay, who's done this? I know I have. I'm going to tell myself. I will come home. Sometimes the only piece or the only private time I have is in my car. It's from when I leave my house in the morning and I get in my car and I have about an hour commute to and from each way. And sometimes that's the only piece that I have. It's the only place where I am by myself with just me. Nobody else, just me. I don't want to answer the phone. I don't want to look at text message. I don't want to listen to the radio, although I do play my songs. I find a song of meditation and I play it. I put it on repeat and I listen to that one song for an hour, right? Anybody been there? Anybody been there? Okay, come on. Then just says, yep, still do it. And I live by myself. But you know what? Environment. Sometimes you need to change your environment, even living by yourself. I remember when I lived by myself, and I used to do that. Sometimes just being in my house by myself for too long was too much. Simon says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that part. Brooklyn says, yep, I was just going to say going back and forth to work was my only me time. And that's a shame. Out of the 24, it is a shame. Out of the 24 hours in a day, if the only time that you have to yourself or to ourselves is our commute time, that's a problem. And you have to find the time. You got to find the space to make space for you. You have to. Because if you don't, again, this is how we get to a place of burnout. This is how we get to a place of exhaustion. This is how we get to the place of, our bodies become sick. It'll show up in some kind of way. But even when we're traveling, I'm still not being still, because guess what? While I'm driving, I still have to pay attention to the road. I got to pay attention to where I'm going. Although I think my car by now can pretty much drive itself. I don't have to think, it just knows where to go. But still, we have to pay attention to what is going on around us. And we have to make sure that we are taking that time. That is not, that may be alone time, but it's not peace time. Disciple says, I'm doing this now in my life. All right. That's good. That's good. Alicia says, my place is in the bathroom. I was getting ready to get there. Hey, Lady Navole, welcome. Thank you for joining. And look who popped in the building. Vaughn, Eric, where's your faith? Blessings all. Good to see you, bro. So y'all like, subscribe, and share. On tonight, we're talking about When Loved Right, the Redeeming Me series. And what we are talking about tonight is loving me. Taking time to love on me. You have to find that space. And it can't be in your car, on the ride, or on the commute to and from work. Because if you're spending all your other time loving on everybody else and pouring out to everybody else, guess what? Oftentimes, people won't pour back to you because you're the one always serving, and they don't think that you need anything. They don't know that you might need a minute. The saying, the encourager needs an encourager. If you're always encouraging everybody else, people often don't come back to encourage you, because you're who they go to fix their problem. You're who they go to get, a word that they need. You're who they go to empty out on. But who do you empty out on? So we have to make sure that we are being balanced in what we're doing. I hope this talk is helping somebody tonight. We are just pausing. We taking it slow. Again, Disciple says, she says, say it loud for the people in the back. Yes, ma'am. The people in the back and the people in the front, it should echo even louder. Yes, ma'am. You have to. You have to. Michelle makes a good point. She says we have to remember to laugh out loud. Karen says, amen. That's right. That's right. Brooklyn says, yes, I just told my girls a few months ago, I'm going to start putting me first in 2024, my year. That's right. That's right. Our kids are not going to, listen, they're not suffering because you're taking 5 minutes, not taking an hour. They have to learn how to wait. That was one thing, that I dealt with my son. I always felt like, because I was, single parent, just dealing with him every day. And if I didn't attend to him in a particular moment, I felt, I don't know what it was. It was in my own mind. It wasn't anything, but it was in my own mind that I wasn't being a good mom because I wasn't attending to my son. And what that did was it actually caused him not to learn how to wait. And it caused him to expect everything right away. So then what happens is it started a cycle that became hard to break. And sometimes even now, he's 22. I have to remind him, bruh, I'm going to need you to go sit down and wait a second because I'm doing something. But we have to set those proper expectations, and you have to stop. You are a great parent. You are an amazing person, and it does not fault. You are not at fault. It doesn't make you less of anything if you stop and take time for you. You should put you first. You should. Let's see who else we got. Brooklyn says, oh my God, you're talking right, sis. Disciple says, who helps the helper when the helper needs help? Now, this is good. Now, the thing about who helps the helper when the helper needs help is, number one, helper, you have to learn how to say, I need help. I'm going to say that again. Helper, you have to learn how to say, I need help. I say it to myself. Dawn, helper, you have to learn how to say when you need help. Anybody else guilty? That's me. I know it's me. I'm learning how to say, you know what? I need a minute. I need help. I can't figure this out. But the thing is also with that, a lot of times when you are the helper, you don't think other people are able to help you. Brooklyn put up about 4 or 5 hands. All right, come on, sis. Come on, boo. Talk about it. Jenny says, amen. We have to, as helpers, you have to learn how to say when you need help. And I know it's hard because looking at the village that we have around us, oftentimes you're like, if I'm helping everybody else, how could they possibly help me? If they didn't have it for themselves, how could they possibly have it for me? But we can't discredit those who are around us. And sometimes you have to expand your village. Because just as much as you're a blessing to others, others need to be able to be a blessing to you. You'd be surprised what people would do if you just say you need help. A lot of times people don't think you need help because you never say it. And because we bear a weight easily, so to speak, doesn't mean that it's easy. There was a saying, and I'm probably going to get it wrong, and I didn't have it quoted for it tonight, but basically it's saying just because this weight looks, just because I'm carrying this weight doesn't mean that it's not heavy. Just because I'm carrying it easily doesn't mean it's not heavy. Some of us have gotten so accustomed to weight and being weighted that it's become our norm. So we carry weight well. But it still doesn't mean that it's not heavy. It just means that we have learned how to adjust and to buckle down and to bear it. And even that's not good. We should not be bearing weights of those kinds alone. Disciple says, so true. But I'm learning to say I need help and learning how to say I'm not available. That's good. Come on and talk about it. That I'm not available part. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And again, if anybody wants to come on and share, we could drop the link. If you want to come on and talk and join me on the platform, happy to drop the link for you. But part of loving you is protecting you. It is. It's a part of protecting you to say that I'm not available. It's okay. Again, people can wait. I'm dealing with stuff with my son, telling him your emergency or your crisis is not my emergency. We can't continue to take everything on because, again, then you're adding to the pile of being everything to everybody and leaving nothing for you. I hope this conversation is starting to help somebody. Hey, M. Mills, thank you for joining. Good evening, love. It's good to see you always. Guys, like, subscribe, and share. Again, redeeming me time. It is what I love about this series is it's not always about a crowd and numbers, but it's about the people who come on. Some people don't want to talk about these things, but they're important. Some of us, don't want to look in the mirror and start dealing with who we are. But the Redeeming Me series is just about that. It is about us taking time to come and to stop and look at yourself in the mirror and start fixing those things that are causing stress and pain and extra added weight. Brooklyn says, girl, I'm tired of carrying all the weight. Honey, say what now? Say what? Say what? Yes, ma'am. You do. You get tired. And then we feel like it creates a cycle because we feel like there's nobody there to help us. So then we have to keep carrying the weight because there's no one there to help us. But the truth of the matter is there's someone to help us. Sometimes you got to drop stuff just so people can see. Sometimes you have to drop stuff. And that's one thing that I'm learning. I'm learning how to drop things. I'm learning how to take my hands off and to let life happen. I'm learning how to move out of the way. And again, y'all know I'm a God's girl, so I'm learn how to move out of the way, let God be God. Sometimes things have to fall apart in order for them to come together. Alicia says, I've learned to say no. That is another key point. No is a whole sentence. It is a whole, complete sentence all by itself. It is clear and to the point. And you're not hurting anybody by saying no. Not one person. Brooklyn says, yes. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Disciple Spencer says, amen. So everybody has to learn how to say no. You cannot be everything to everybody all of the time. You can't. Because again, while we're loving on everybody else, you got to know that you are just as equally important and valuable and worthy of loving on you. And that's where it has to start. It has to start with you loving you first. Again, I hope the conversation is helping somebody tonight. We're just slowing it down a little bit. Take some time for us. This is a part of how we redeem ourselves, how we get back to the core of us by slowing it down and talking our way through this journey and knowing that you're not the only one out there who feels this way, because sometimes we don't ask for help, or sometimes we stay in these spaces because we think that we're the only ones. But you'll find that there's a whole community of people that are going through just like you are, that are feeling the same weights and pressures for different reasons and different circumstances. Yep, but we all get to that point. Some of the time, there's a lot of people on the edge. I promise you there is. I promise you. And Nate says, yes, someone asking me how they can help me means a lot. It does. When you stop and you just say, how can I help? Or hearing someone say, how can I help you? Someone asked me, someone said to me once, you know what, Lady Dawn, he said, you're a supporter. You support everybody. It was on Clubhouse. They're like, you support everybody. And every time we go in the room, I see you serving. You're somewhere serving. You're helping, you're doing it. And she asked me, she said, what can I do for you? She said, I want to know how I can help you. Well, listen, I didn't even know how to answer. I said, I don't even know. I don't know. And she said, well, what do you need help with? I said, I don't know. And I stopped and I thought about it. She said, I'm gonna give you a minute to think about it. And I still was stuck. I said, I don't know what I need help with, because I've been so used to carrying everything on my own and doing on my own, that in my mind, I don't think I need help, because I can manage it, because I can take care of it. And sometimes that builds up a hard place in us where we don't even want help, because we're afraid of being disappointed. If we're being honest, if that's you, you can put a 2 in the chat. If you are one who does not ask for help because of fear of being disappointed, because we think that no one is going to be able to help us for what we need. I've been there. I absolutely have been there. Disciple says, I can relate. Brooklyn says, yes. OMG, sis. For fear of disappointment. I've been there. Sometimes I'm still there in different places. I struggle. And they says 1.98. Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. That's my kind of number. That's what I would do. I'd be like, yeah, Brooklyn has about 62 twos. I'm not mad at y'all. Listen, we're here to free ourselves tonight. This is a safe space. It's free space, because we want to acknowledge where we are. This is a part of us, redeeming us, getting back to the core of who we are, and learning to love on us. That's what this is about. It's slowing it down so that you can take some time to understand that you are deserving of loving on you first. But I've been in that space where I'm afraid to ask for help, or I don't even want to ask. I'm not afraid to ask for help. I'm afraid of the disappointment that will come from not getting the help that I need. And Mills also, she put it too also. Anybody else? Anybody? Because I know I'm not alone. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm being transparent. I'll tell you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help us, God. So it says, bless you. Listen, I have learned this journey. I have learned on this journey. And for me, if I can help somebody, there's a song that says, if I can help somebody as I pass along, then my living is not in vain. That's what I want. I want to make sure when I leave here empty, that I have helped somebody, that I have been an example to maybe help you not go as far along on this journey of destruction as I did or as I have, because that's what happens when we're not loving us. We're actually doing ourselves harm. When we're not taking time for us, we are doing ourselves harm. And we have to make sure that we take ourselves out of harm's way and start treating us how we should be treated. So when we are loved right, anything can happen. When we are loved right, there are no limits. There's no boundaries. When we are loved right, we make better choices. We move, we make better decisions. We move better in spaces. When we are loved right, we hold our head up, we walk differently. Everything about us changes when we love right, when loved right. But that being loved right has to start with us loving us first. I hope I'm helping somebody today. So, again, in this month of love, while we are making preparations to do things, so, next week is Valentine's Day. I believe Jenny said the whole truth. Listen, people will treat you the way you allow them to treat you. We teach people how to treat us. There's a thing of grace, but I like to feel like I'm not like out here in New York. We have Con Edison as our electric company, the major one. And what I learned with them is that you could be behind on your bill. Your bill could be $8 million. They will always give you grace. They will always, they have grace periods. They got programs. You could have a bill within a bill within a bill. It's always something that they're extending to you grace. Other people. We make adjustments for people that we know are not good for us, that are toxic to our environment. And when I say to our environment, I mean within ourselves. The first environment that you need to learn to guard and protect is your heart and your spirit and your peace. The things that are within you. That's the first environment you need to protect. Jenny said, I just told my bestie, we have to teach people how to treat us. Yes. And listen, and there's nothing wrong with teaching someone how to treat you. The problem is we don't want it's the negative connotations that come with it. It's the comments that come with it that we try to avoid. We don't want people to think that we are rude or nasty or bougie, or we think that we're better because there's certain things that we just don't subscribe to. There's certain ways that I just am not going to allow you to talk to me. There's certain things that I'm just not going to allow you to do. There's certain environments that I'm just not going to allow you to bring me in. And there are certain things that I'm just not going to allow you to bring into my environment. That's teaching people how to love you and how to treat you. There's just certain things. And it's okay. Right. Disciple says, or selfish. Listen. If self-love is selfish, then honey, I will be it. If what's this old song? And we're gonna switch it up. If loving me is wrong, then I don't want to be right. Listen, call me selfish, but I'm gonna love me. And you either gonna learn how to love me and treat me accordingly, or you're not. You're not, we don't lose anything by separating ourselves from those who don't know how to respect how we would prefer to be loved. And it's not one side. That's it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If loving me is wrong, I don't want to be right. Call me wrong all day long. I'll be it, but I'm going to love me. Because there was a time when I didn't. There was a time when I loved everybody and everything else more than me, outside things more than myself. I made adjustments for other people more than I did for myself. I gave other people credit and allowances and space and power in my life more than myself. There was a time when I allowed other people's voices and opinions and feelings to guide and govern. And it seems a little hard to believe to some people who know me, because I'm actually very headstrong. I am stubborn. I will admit it. But and Dawn does pretty much what Dawn wants to do. But at the same time, there was a time and a place and a side of me where I did. I allowed other people's voices to be louder than my own. And all that did was cause me to be dissatisfied at the end of the day, made me feel very empty at the end of the day. And it was not satisfying at all. Disciple says, and people will not do the same for you. That's true. That's true. Now, what I would say to that, though, is I don't go into things with the expectation, and there's nothing wrong. And I totally agree with you. Absolutely. But you have to know who you're dealing with. Sometimes we have to compartmentalize people, because everybody doesn't have the capacity to do for you what you do for them. Everybody's at different places on their journeys. So sometimes we're going to give a whole lot more than we get back. but it still has to be reciprocal. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't get anything back, but it means you may not get back what you put out. No relationship is ever 50-50. I don't care what nobody says. And this is why people have to come to the table at 100 and 100. That's why we have to come. People may not always do the same for you, but you have to be mindful of what do they have the capacity to. And when I do something, a lot of things I do it don't expecting anything back. I don't expect nothing in return. I'm just going to do what I am doing. I'm gonna come back. Zenja says, great point, Dawn. Stop expecting you from others. Oh, yes, ma'am. I understand everybody's not built like me. And I am not, in my own eyes, I'm amazing. I'm like, right, in my own eyes, I'm amazing. I'm great. And, and we all feel that way. It's okay. It's all right. Be amazing. Be every bit of amazing that you are. Every day you should tell yourself, every day I'm amazing. I am great. I am beautiful. I'm wonderful. I am all that. And then some. Yep. And you should. But even with all that, it doesn't mean that I'm any better than anybody else. But I understand that I'm not going to get me out of other people. And I can't expect that because it's not fair, because their capacity is different from mine. I hope you guys are enjoying this conversation so far. Like, subscribe, share, invite a friend, bring them into our conversation and into this space on tonight. I am loving this slowdown. I think the Redeeming Me series is probably one of my favorite conversations to have, because it's just us. It's just us. I'm trying to find, bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. We have another comment. I'm gonna put my glasses on because I'm tired of squinting now, so I can see for real. M. Mills says, isn't that the truth? We have to learn to love ourselves first before pouring into other people. Yes, ma'am, we do. And that's important, because you can't pour from an empty cup. There's nothing in there. And we have to stop pouring from, when you drink out of a cup or a bottle, there's always like a little bit left in there. And some of us are pouring from the drops. You need that drop for yourself. If your cup gets that low, there's a problem. And that's where we have to stop. But we have to learn how to love ourselves first. When you're in an airplane, they say, if I think part of the instructions they give you is, if there's an issue or if there's, something going on, a crisis, put your mask on first, because you can't save somebody else before you save yourself. You can't help the person next to you if you don't have your mask on. You got to put yours on so that you can breathe and live and be conscious enough to be able to help somebody else. And that's the same thing that we have to do. We have to learn how to love ourselves first so that we can learn how to love other people, so that other people can learn how to love us. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this quote. I should have had it ready. Okay, we ain't gonna worry about that. We'll get back to that later. But yes, isn't that the truth? It is. You have to learn how to love yourself first before pouring into other people. Lady Navoa says, facts. And we're taking our time through the comments tonight. Y'all bear with me. And Mill says, yep. Disciple says, amen. Zenja agreed and said, great point. Don't stop expecting you from others. Hey, Tanya. Girl, you should be up here. You should be up here. You should be up here. Up here with me. Tanya is one of the original ladies room members. She's on a little break hiatus. We're gonna bring her back. We gotta get her back in the mix. Hey sis, she said I had to learn this too. T Bryant, my bestie's in the house. Yeah, that's my best friend for real. Listen, we roommates in heaven. I don't care what nobody says. Yes, she says that's good stuff, Zenja. Karen says, y'all have a blessed night. Okay, she's got something else to do. Blessings and love to even you, Michelle. Tanya, sissy, yes, we miss you too. You got, listen. You come on whenever you free. I don't care what Thursday it is, whatever Thursday you free, you come on. You come. I'm gonna send you everything you need. Okay. She's okay. She got to navigate this assistant principal life. All right. We're gonna let it be. But we gonna work something out because we got to have you back on. Tanya again was one of the original, is one of the original, because once you're part of the ladies room, you're always a part of the ladies room. But she's one of the original sister girls who would come on and share and talk with the ladies room and other conversations. She has her own channel. Put your channel in the comments, Tanya. Uh, just amazing encouragement, and I miss her so much. She's my sissy, y'all. But yeah, it's important. It's important. So we got to get her voice back on here one of these Thursday nights. But it is important that we take time to love ourselves first, and you have to set your boundaries, and it's okay to set your boundaries. It's perfectly fine. Everybody else has boundaries. Okay, if you think of it like this, everybody else has boundaries. You know how to address the people that you are in touch with, that are in your village, that are in your circle. You know that there's certain things that you just wouldn't say to certain people, or you wouldn't say it a certain way. Those are boundaries. So if others around us have boundaries, why don't we have boundaries? Why is it that we adjust our words or we adjust our behaviors to those who are around us because we do not want them to be offended? However, when it comes to us, it's kind of free open. It's kind of open range and just whatever. That's not how this works. That's not how this should work. In loving yourself, you have to make sure that you set boundaries and that you set standards and set perimeters, and be willing to let go of anyone and anything that cannot respect that space that you set. Because if a person cannot respect the space that you have set for yourself, then they are not for you. They are not rooting for you. Some people might be in your presence, but they are not on your team. Don't be confused because you have a lot of people around you. That does not mean that they are for you. Their presence doesn't mean that they are present. I feel like I was preaching right there, y'all. I'm sorry. Lady Nivola says we have to have boundaries to keep balance. Yes, you do. What are we missing out on someone who doesn't respect our boundaries and comes into our environment and really just makes it chaotic? Really doesn't lend anything positive, but it's constantly creating friction. So, what are you losing by not allowing them in? What you're losing is chaos and friction and issues. So, it's really not a loss, it's a gain, and it's okay. Zinja says, Amen. Amen. So it's about loving you first. You have to make sure that you are loving you first, and what that means to you. You have to learn how to applaud yourself. I was looking for this reel that I did the other day, and I labeled it Shades of Me. Tanya says, so good. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, that's it. Everyone can support her. Yes, please. She does TikToks and leaves daily downloads information. Everyone needs bits of encouragement that help us along the way. You never know what word is going to help bless your day. Something you hear that you don't even think about may come back to you later. And it's important. But we have to make sure that we are setting proper boundaries for ourselves, and that you are guarding your peace and your sanctity. You have to learn how to love you right first. And you have to know that you are worthy of being loved like that first. You deserve it. If the only way that you can be loved by other people is by compromising constantly who you are, then you have to question, is that love, number one? And number two, is that the love that I want? And number three, why am I accepting that kind of love? I'll wait just for a minute. And I can speak this because I've been through it. I realize the compromises that I've made in past times of trying to adjust to accept what someone wants to give, trying to fit into a space that maybe wasn't for me. But those are three things that we really have to think about. But I made a reel earlier um, this week. Okay, here we go. I found it. And what I said in the reel was, and I want to share this with you guys because I think it's important. And again, I made a hashtag shades of me. And I want to encourage you to do the same. Start celebrating you. Okay? Every day. Start celebrating you. Find one thing every day to celebrate yourself. I said it's okay to feel yourself. Yep, some days I'm feeling myself. I'm just like, okay, go ahead, girl. You got this. It's okay to feel yourself and to applaud you sometimes. It's okay to feel good about yourself just because. No special occasion or reason needed at all. Every day won't be perfect and you won't be flawless in every moment, but give yourself grace. And I was saying this month, while loving others, don't forget to love you. So know that it's okay to celebrate you. We shout other people out, tell other people that they're beautiful and they're amazing and they're gorgeous and they're fabulous. And you deserve to do the same. You deserve to do the same. Then it says you have to be your own biggest fan. Say that again, sis. You what? You have to be your own biggest fan. If you're not confident in you, who else will be? People pick up your vibe based on how you present yourself. People will start to address you. They'll start to deal with you with based on how you're carrying yourself. How are you showing up? How are you showing up? Love you, my Zenja. She gotta go. Girl, go. Go on, support my brother. Yes, ma'am. I will not be the 72 hours. Hashtag 72 hours. Give my brother my love. Go support your boo. I'm not mad at you, girl. I hear you. I would be doing the same thing. I would do the same. Cheer loud. Cheer loud. I love it. I love it. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I got a little sidebar. All right. Alicia says, exactly. I have been there, my God. You have to. Yes. 72 hours. Make it known. What? Put it down, sis. Put it down. Give my love to my brethren. Yes. We compromise. I'm sorry so much. I love you, Zinja. I absolutely love you. Jenny Mai says, get your pom-poms and cheer for yourself. Yeah, listen. And don't just get your pom-poms. Get your pom-poms. Get you some theme music. What's that in the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? When he got out of jail, he had his theme music. He's walking down the street. Get your boombox. Find your theme song. Play it. Why you think every Thursday when we open up the show, Best Life comes on? Because that's my song. That gets me going. That pumps me up. That gets my gangster on. It does something for me. It reminds me that I'm gonna live the rest of my life like what? The best of my life. That's what I'm gonna make it. But yes, you got to get your pom-poms. You have to cheer for yourself because if you don't, again, who else will? And you have to know that you are worthy of being celebrated. But it has to start with you. And it doesn't make you conceited. It doesn't make you self-righteous. It doesn't make you bougie. It doesn't make you selfish. It doesn't make you all the things that we would like to think or that other people say that it makes us. What I found out is people who will make those type of negative comments when they see us celebrating us, when they see you walking with your head up, when they see you doing you, when they see you being proud of yourself, what it is that oftentimes they're upset because they're not in that place yet. You know, the saying misery loves company. And this is no shade to anybody. It's not shots fired. But listen, if it hurts, if it hits and it hurts, then just say ouch. Just say ouch. And then we got to go back and fix it. But those people are often the people who are not in the place to start working themselves out of the pits that they're in. That maybe they have not come to accept who they are. And so they find fault with others who they see are not perfect. Like, I know I'm imperfect, but I'm still dope. I know I'm not, I'm flawed, but I'm still beautiful. And I'm still walking around carrying myself with my head up on a daily basis. I'm still celebrating me. I'm still loving on me in spite of my flaws. And that's how you should do. That's how it should be. We have to learn to love on us first. We cannot continue to hold our head down because other people want to stay stuck in their misery. I'm just saying. Pastor Chris says that part. Yes, sir. Listen, misery may love company, but it don't love me. I ain't going. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I didn't sign up for misery. Misery is not my portion. Misery is not what I do. I prefer joy. I prefer joy. I prefer peace. I prefer happiness. And if I have a right to it, then I'm going to do everything that I can to go and get it. But those who find fault in you celebrating you, and oftentimes it usually comes from those, well, I think it's more effective. It affects us harder when it's those that are closest to us. I was having a conversation, I think it was last night, was saying, betrayal. One of the points is betrayal is an inside job. And that's how we feel. We feel betrayed. We feel betrayed by things, by people. And, it's because we're expecting them, those closest to us, to help celebrate us when they see us working on coming up from where we are, when they see us working on being better, when they see us working on becoming stronger. T. Bryan says, I broke up with that misery a long time ago. But yes, ma'am, you sure did, bestie. Yes, we both did. I think we did a double breakup. I listen. Okay, we ain't gonna. I ain't gonna, cause me and my bestie. One of these days, y'all pray that my best friend comes on and we gonna chat it up and talk about what it means to be a friend, and I mean a real friend, and beyond a friend. Okay, y'all pray for her. You see, now she's laughing because this is what she don't do. But one day. Disciple says, yes. Yeah. You have to learn how to listen, celebrate you regardless as to what anybody else does. But betrayal comes from the inside. Brooklyn says, it's sad. So many people only want to celebrate you when they are at your funeral. The truth in that is, people want to celebrate you at your funeral before you even get in the grave. And what I mean by that is, people like to celebrate your misery because they're miserable again. Some Pastor Chris is saying, hi, bestie. It's you, Tawana. But people do, as you said, Brooklyn, it is sad that so many people only want to celebrate you when they're at your funeral. And it is really sad that we end up in this space. It is really, really sad. Because if the only time that you can celebrate me is at the death of something, when I'm at my hard spot. And again, it's not even so much me being in the ground, but when you think about how many things in our lives, how many dreams have died, how many of our ideas have died, how many of our thoughts have died. And all right, here we go. Y'all better say hi to each other. All right. All these things, at our worst. And that's when people want to kind of celebrate us the most. It's when I'm at my low place. But then you're not celebrating me. You're celebrating the hard spot that I'm in. Lady Neville says, that's why no funeral or okay, hold on. I got to put my glasses on. Again, why y'all ain't tell me to put my glasses on? Stop playing. That's why no funeral or if a funeral, no talking but who's on the program, LOL, so they won't lie about or on me. Listen, when we gone, we gone. And I don't blame you, right? It's not the time and the place. People want to say what they want to say at that point, you know. My glasses are here. They here. I keep taking them off because they kind of get in the way. But again, it's just so important that we get to the core of loving who we are at all times. Oh, snap. Let me find out. Hold on. Hold on. Look at here, Teddy Bear Music. What's popping? What is going on, Teddy O'Grammakus? I'm excited, y'all. That's my long time for I celebrate you, Miss B, true friend. No doubt. For real, for real. Y'all, you need to listen. I can't even begin to tell you what's popping. Yes, sir. For real and for real. He's a friend for life. We true friend, real deal friend. For years and forever, from teenage years, and has always been a blessing and celebrating. Um, and that's just how we do. Period, point blank, and period. Pastor Chris says, aka the Simon's voice, says healing doesn't always mean a substitute. If you can't heal yourself before your next, okay, I'm sorry. I'm stop playing, y'all. I'm gonna stop playing. Healing doesn't always mean a substitute. If you can't heal yourself before your next, you're repeating the same cycle. Got the t-shirt and the hat. Oh yes. Oh yes, sir. Come on, say that. Talk about it. Talk about it, sir. It doesn't always mean a substitute. That is the key point in how we create cycles, because it is the same. Okay, I'm gonna be real churchy right now. When we don't heal ourselves, as he says, and we just keep finding substitutes, it's the same. We're going after the same spirit with a different face. That's all. And if that's been you, put a 3 in the chat. I need to put like a bajillion 3s. You can put 3 in the chat if you're being honest. I'm being honest. I've done that so many times, and had to realize that I was the problem with the cycle. I was the problem. I'm the issue. T says, I got the bracelet and backpack. All right. Pastor Chris got the t-shirt and the hat. Me, I got the rain gear. I got the jacket and the boots and the jeans. That's what I got. I got that for that. Teddy Bear Music, that's my dude, Corey. He says, absolutely. He's talking about our friendship. We have been friends forever and forever and ever. All right, I see the 3s coming through. We've all been there. But again, this is when you start loving yourself, you'll start breaking that cycle, because then you will start looking for what you're worth. When you know what you're worth, you'll start shopping in different stores. You'll start looking for different things. But you do have to heal yourself, and you have to love yourself first. You have to know that you may be alone, because being alone and lonely is 2 different things. Because you can be alone and be good. You can be in a room full of people and still be lonely. And we miss this point sometimes. So we feel like we need somebody there. And we don't ever take the time to deal with ourselves, because we don't want to be alone. Because when there's no one in the room but you, there's no one in the room but you. Disciple says, I got the keychain. Yo, y'all, we got a whole clock. We got gear. We got gear now. We can start marketing and start making some money off of this right here. We got keychains, hats, bracelets, pants, jackets, t-shirts, hats. We got it all. We've all been in the same space. We've all been there together, that we have not taken the time to heal ourselves. So we keep repeating the cycle. We keep going for the same spirit with a different face, hoping that it will be different this time. And they say that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. And it is insane. And we do go through those insane moments. Alicia says, clean up on aisle 5. Yes, ma'am. For those who don't, that's a little inside of us with our prayer group. when it starts getting good, just when it gets real, it's that you laid out somewhere, so we got to come get you from aisle 5. We got to do clean up on aisle 5. But yes, we've all been there. We've all been in that space where we are repeating cycles. And again, like, subscribe, and share. I hope this conversation is good and it is being a blessing to you. Again, this is our month of love, when loved right. Last week we had the ladies on. If you didn't see it, go back and catch that replay of When Loved Right, a woman glows. And again, we talked about the glow needs to come from within you. From within you. Discipleship, don't forget the magnet. Right, we got a magnet, we got a keychain, we got a bracelet, we got a hat, we got a shirt. I got the pants and the jacket and the boots. What else we got? I'm telling we got a whole product line, y'all, for real. Teddy Bear Music, we're gonna need you to hook up some get some promo stuff going here, because we got a whole product line happening. All right. Summer's voice says, stop shopping in aisle 5. Right. I stay out of aisle 5. I'm not allowed to go in aisle 5. I don't go in aisle 5. I'm not going. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. And Mill says, William McDowell, I won't go to the way. All right, I won't go back to the way it used to. Come on. Yes, ma'am. That's it right there. I won't go back to the way it used to be. Right before your presence came and changed me, the song says. But you know what? That's the key. We have to let his presence come in and change us. And that's what we miss. And that's why we keep repeating. Teddy Bear says, when you are correct in your personal development, you will attract what you need. It all starts with you. Exactly. It's about loving me. When you correct yourself in your personal development, you will attract what you need. It all starts with you. Yes, sir. That is correct. And it's a beautiful thing. And you are worth it. You are deserving of it. I don't care what your past is. I don't care what you did. I don't care what you haven't done. I don't care what it looks like. It don't matter, because guess what? The things we've been through, it's what you've done, or it's what we've done. It's not who we are. And that's the thing. We have to get back to the core of who we are. All right, y'all. We're going to have, he's working on it. He's working on the magnets and the bracelets and the t-shirts and the hat and the jeans and the pants and the magnet and the keychain and all that. So again, when you work on you and you fix what's going on within you and you start loving you and you know that you are deserving and worthy of the love that you desire, that is when you will start to experience love differently. I can attest to the fact that it is way different loving from a broken place than it is loving when you're whole, when you're healed, because you're not looking for anything to fill a gap. You're not looking for anything to, we got a whole product line. I love y'all so much. Lisa said she got the hoodie. That's what I'm talking about. We gonna get this. Listen, listen. I'm gonna tell you a little secret. I am actually working on redeeming me a redeeming me journal with space for all these topics that we've talked about within this series when we do this series. It's not going to be dated like a regular 12-month or whatever, but it's going to allow you to work on whatever section that you are at in your life. You work it according to where you are. But the point is that you deal with each section, you work through it, and you get back to the core of who you are. When we stop discounting ourselves and start recognizing our value and adding tax, you will start to attract the life that you deserve. You will start living the life that you desire, and everything that is purposed for you will come to you. All right. She said, what are we going to call our merch? Oh, it's the Redeeming Me line. It's the Redeeming Me line. That's what it is. We're going to put all these wonderful little things. I'm telling you, trust me. Now, T, you know how I do. So you know it's going to be on point and popping. I promise you. So I want to share two things. Again, I hope this conversation has been good and a blessing and helpful to each of you. I always appreciate you guys tuning in and coming and sharing and spending your time here. Yep, it's the whole redeeming me. Okay, don't try to steal it, y'all, because we already got the rights and all of that. We locking it. It's already locking. So, but there's gonna be some wonderful things happening that are gonna be coming up. And I appreciate you guys, your support again every Thursday when you come on and share your time with me. I hope and pray that this conversation has been a blessing and helpful and encouraging to each and every one of you. I hope that you would share it with someone, someone that you know that needs to be encouraged, that needs the encouragement and the push. She said, yes, thank you for letting me share. Absolutely. I would love for you to come on. You can come on and share. Yep, the trademark. You already know how we do. Trademark locked in. Trust and believe, people. Don't play no games. We got it on lock. Okay. We love you, DB, our sister host. Thank you, Lady Nouveau. I love you guys too. I truly do enjoy and appreciate spending this time in these moments. T says, God knows, once I believed what God said about me, I didn't allow anyone, including myself, to mistreat me. That part right there. See, I got so excited. I took it down. The kicker in all of that, okay, is I didn't allow anyone, including myself, to how often do we mistreat ourselves so often? And we label it okay. Know who you are and stop mistreating yourself and stop teaching others how to mistreat you. And Mills, you got one on his. Okay, I got you. Don't worry. We're going to get all the information. I'm getting it together. Got all the information. But I just want to leave you with these two things before we end on tonight. Okay? I want you to know that you don't have to live, and I wrote it down, so I'm going to read it because I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to forget. You don't have to live in another person's shadow. Loving you first causes you to shine. Like we talked about glowing in the ladies' room. I set my values so I know my worth. Please make sure you set your values so that you know your worth. I decide, or you decide, what's healthy or toxic for me. It may be good for someone else, or it may be good for you, but it's bad for me. I'm allergic to seafood. Seafood may be delicious to everybody else, but guess what? It's not good for me. I remember what it tastes like, but it's not good for me. My choice to choose me comes guilt-free. I'm sorry, not sorry about choosing me. I want you to do something. I want you to take a minute and name one thing that you love about yourself. Don't second guess it. Say the first thing that comes to mind. If you want to put it in the chat, you can put it in the chat. And if this is the first thing that comes to mind that you love about yourself, we should be able to do it like that. I love my spirit. That's one thing I love about myself. If you have to think about it, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why you are struggling to find what you love about yourself. Are the good things about you buried beneath the bad? Because often we can name the bad things about us, our flaws and our issues real quick. If I asked you to name one thing that you don't like about yourself, I bet you this chat would have lit up so fast. All right, here we go. We got some stuff going. Lady Nouveau says, say your mom, Pastor Rosa, we said hi. Yes, I surely will. She's somewhere in here listening somewhere. T says, my smile. Yeah, my bestie has a beautiful smile. I love her. I'm absolutely biased, y'all. Jenny says, great show, Lady Dawn. Thank you so much, Jenny. I love and appreciate you, and I hope you continue to come. Disciple says, my sense of humor. Yeah. Psalmist Voice, Pastor Chris says, my personality. Let's go. Facts. Lady Nouveau says, my spirit. And Mills says, my kind heart. Absolutely. I feel that in your comments. Jenny says, I love my personal growth. Come on. And she says, Lady Nouveau says, when I say spirit, it's the whole me. Amen. And Teddy Bear Music, my friend Corey says, my ability to listen. And he is a good listener. I would say he does. He listens very well. I love it. I love all of this. I love all of it. And what I want you to do for the rest of the month while you're loving on you is every day name one thing that you love about yourself. And we do that because it's going to help you to celebrate you every single day. And it should come like second nature, not the bad things that we don't like about ourselves. And we shouldn't have to struggle to find out what it is that we do love about ourselves. Alicia says, my smile. And you got a pretty smile too, Alicia. That's my sister for real, y'all. For real, for real. In real time, real life. So again, are the good things, when we struggle to find the good things about ourselves, are the good things about you buried beneath the bad? We can name those real quick. Switch your mindset. Get your mind right. And if you grow the good, I promise you the bad will fall off. And you'll find half of what you thought was bad about you. Half of what you thought was bad about you didn't even belong to you. It was someone else's issues with what they couldn't handle about you. I'm going to read that part again. If you grow the good in you, I promise the bad will fall off, and you'll find that half of what you thought about yourself that was bad, it didn't even belong to you. It was someone else's issue with what they couldn't handle about you. Let people learn how to handle your no. Love you first, set the tone, then teach others how to do the same. All right? Love you first and set the tone, then teach others how to do the same. Know your value and add tax. All right? All right. Let me see before we wrap it up. Alicia says, my smile. Lady Navoa says, what I don't like in one word, I'll say emotions. Yeah, I have issues with emotions. I'm learning. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Teddy Bear. He said, you're a good host, young lady. Thank you, sir. Thank you so very much. Alicia T is saying hi. Tanya says, I love my ability to encourage others and belly laugh at girl. Listen, the belly laughing. If we can't do that, I need to laugh till I cry. Yes, ma'am. Disciple says, place yourself behind the glass. That's right. Place yourself behind the glass and don't be afraid of what you see. Open your eyes, learn to love and embrace you in your natural, raw self. And know that you are deserving and you are loving and you are worthy. So I love you guys. Thank you for joining on tonight. I just want to share with you. So this was wonderful, beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. I love being here with you guys. I love spending this time. And I'm so glad that you guys come and spend it with me. So please make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share. I want to encourage you that next week on the 15th, you don't want to miss the rest of February. I promise you. Come on, throw some hearts up in the comment section. Give us some feedback. Did you enjoy it? Did you love it? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? I know you loved it because you're still here. But keep in mind, join us next Thursday at 7 p.m. because the Men's Lounge is coming on. We are continuing with the When Loved Right series. And for February, and it's going to be when Loved Right, Men Grow. You're going to have the, I want to say, my other co-host, lead host, Pastor Chris. You have my brother, Minister Donald Brathwaite, my cousin, Pastor Angelo. You got Pastor Linwood. You got Elder Gregory Bloomfield. You got Chris Roach. I am King. I promise you, it's going to be off the chain. So come on and join us then. On the 22nd, we got When Loved Right, Love, Marriage, and Ministry. And I'm bringing on two couples I know so well to come and talk us through this walk of love journey from love to marriage to ministry. And on the 29th, don't miss it. We are going to end the month of February with an open mic poetry night. We're going to let's talk about love. So get your good verses together, y'all. I got my poems that I've got together on love, and we are going to come and share, spit some verses, do some spoken word, and we're just going to love each other and celebrate. So next week, 2:15, the Men's Lounge. When Loved Right, Men Grow. Thank y'all for joining on tonight. I love you. Go with God, go in peace, and go be great. See you next week.
Yeah. If having hope is dangerous, call me evil Knievel. You leading on the wrong side, living with pens and needles. So lethal, made Shane Black wanna write a sequel. Cause I snuggle my dream till it's seen as illegal. And I still probably will, cause I can never give up. I got my goals calling me, how could I never pick up? Either we make up or just break up, and the snake hits get the rake up. Yeah, selfish, I'ma cake up if I don't shake me to wake up. Let my depression catapult me to succession. Shine a light on my imperfections like a projection. Every struggle and lesson, your issues ain't your oppression. Never got a question, keep pushing me to progression like I'ma make the rest of my life live. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Yeah, I'ma make the rest of my life live. I'ma make the rest of my life live. Gonna make the rest of my life the best of my life. Congratulations on the celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. No congratulations on no celebration. I know I'm dope without a need of a validation. Yeah.
With the loser on the floor. Get down.
Let me clear my throat. Yeah. Oh, that's better. That's better. Somebody pass around the offering. Since I'm always preaching on tracks, you feel me? I'm about to get paid for it. Sermon of the day. You right where you supposed to be, baby. Informants, informant, that information forming. Important you get a portion of fortune pouring. Confession, fortune me blessings on now they snoring. You mellow, so focused on scoring. Got you underperforming. I never expect something, never assume nothing. Judging me for my past, but that's why I'm triumphant.